We are back in the land of Lotus. I hope that you guys have all had a good start to the week. And today we're going to have a nice, cool, chill back stream. It's only me on the Lotus SMP tonight. And it's cozy feeling. And we're just going to hang out tonight, make sure that our rockets are in hand, and head to the skies because we have a couple of tasks that we want to get done tonight for our Wednesday grind. The first of which is to head over to Cobb's base. Reason for that, we are working towards getting a Wither on Friday. We're going to have a Friday stream, and I'm going to be taking on the Wither for my first ever time. But in order to get prepared for that, I'm quite nervous about it, if I'm being honest. We are going to have to do a little bit of material collection. I want to get ready for this weekend's build, which I haven't gotten around to creating so far, so we're going to have to get our essential materials, the things that I know I'm going to need. And then we'll build it in build school this weekend. And figure it out. And it's kind of nice, honestly. I think Cobb's not in stream tonight, which is a good thing. Although if he ends up joining, he'll definitely know that it was us. But we're also going to head to the shopping island before, and we go to start to collect some materials. I'm just going to reload on my second screen. I want to make sure that you guys can see me tonight. Okay, it does look like we're live. So yeah, what's everyone been up to? It's been definitely a busy week for me, but a little bit less stressful, I would say, than the last couple of weeks. I don't think we have any sales at Slips Terracotta, but we might as well take a look here. We have 1 diamond left from that, but the good thing is we have our toolbox right here. And that brings us up to 10 total diamonds, so we should be able to buy a couple things. Except for I forget what I even wanted from here. Like, before I start streaming, I'm usually like, okay, like, oh, this is the library from Luma. Oh, it looks so cool in here. We're going to be contributing to this at some point in time. Actually, maybe after this weekend, that could be a cool little bit. Because we are done with the first arc here on the Lotus SMP. And as a result, after this upcoming weekend's Q&A, we're going to have to, you know, say farewell to the first edition, the first episode of our Comment of the Day book. And maybe we can put that in the library over there. I think not too shabby of an idea. Oh, this is what I needed. Oh, don't tell me there's... No! No way! Aw, oh, man. Okay, you can see that I only have 4 cooked mutton to my name. I have, like, no food. Oh, man. Okay, I know what to do. We're gonna have to live off bread for a little bit, I think. Oh, it's a total bummer. Okay. Yeah, I came to the shopping district right here because I forgot about it, but I needed some food. But we're gonna head down, and I can show you some of the new work that we've done actually at home. We can pass by, maybe through. I haven't done this yet. Is it completely encapsulated? Oh, and there's things in here too. Oh, is it completely encapsulated? Oh, wow. This man put in the work, and clearly he's going to have some farms. Wow. And I'm sure he's going to do some really cool entrance right here. This I'm not going to show that. That's spoilers. Yeah. I'd say this massive mountain also is spoilers, but you really can't do too much to hide that thing, right? Hey, Gizzard. I'm by no means a pro, but I'm definitely getting better at it. I appreciate you saying that. Oh, Jamak, no sweat about it whatsoever. That actually, I don't know, it makes me think about something that I was considering talking about on stream. And Pug joined the game too. I need to set up my status here too. But I have 13 unpublished shorts, and like I used to do a short every single day, and I think I did it for like 6 months or so worth of time. But you know, I don't know. I really like my long form videos, and I get a lot of like fulfillment out of making those. And so I was just getting shorts views and subscribers from reusing my long form content as shorts. But then I realized I didn't really want to do that. Because all the subscribers that I were getting, let's go. Oh, I did it. Okay, wait. I wanted to show you guys this. It's cool. Okay, so Pug ended up telling me to, or showing me how to use these elevator shafts. I knew how to use a water elevator, but you can use, what are these called? Pots? As a kind of like a decorational piece. And you can kind of hide the water streams in a way that you can actually still use them. So we can head up right there. You can see that I did a kind of cool job with the end rods. Brings up with the vibe here. But I would make sure to close the trap door once you go, because it kind of can be a little bit sketchy when you come back down here. You have to really make sure that you go straight into the water here. But it's fun, and we have a welcome sign right here, where if you actually step onto it, it gives you the disc, teach me how to build, which is really fun. Hey, Recluse, dude. Thanks so much for popping in. And man, dude, I don't even know. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that whatsoever. I mean it. Dude, I always appreciate you hanging out here. And honestly, there's a bunch of you guys that, like, when I'm streaming and I'm like, oh, it's Wednesday, I get to hang out with people, I kind of like look forward to it, and you're totally one of those people. And so I was thinking about that earlier. Oh, and I do mess up this sometimes. I'm not a redstoner. But we have to, we can actually seal these guys back up, and you can place the disc back through here. As like a nice little welcome ambiance. But sometimes it does get stuck back there. So I have no problem with people kind of like breaking it. It does break the fourth wall a little bit. But I think that, what a fun little thing. And I'm not done with the floor either. And I'm definitely not done with this pathway. And I got to figure out something to do for a door area here and just make this all fit in. But this base is now so full and detailed, and it's starting to get pretty expansive too. And so I think it's actually really crazy. And I did end up ending at, you can see here, let me scooch in a little bit. We now have 3 wither skulls too, which is a total blast to have. And we didn't get any on the stream for those of you guys that were hanging out when we were trying to get them, but I did end up going with Pug, through the fortress and trying to get wither skulls. And I ended up getting 2 out of it, and then I totally wasn't paying attention, and I was like, Pug and I just like kept going and kept going and kept going, and we just had no luck whatsoever. But Pug ended up he was hanging around, he was lurking on stream when we were trying to get the skulls and seeing that I didn't get any after so much time. And then we probably spent like, I don't know, I want to say an hour or maybe over that, just trying to get more skulls after. And eventually I just had to throw in the towel. I was like, I can't do any more of the nether tonight. And so Hug ended up sneaking the third Wither Skull in my inventory, and I thought that I had like a fluke where I didn't realize that I got the third one somehow. But he ended up hooking it up. So this Friday, once again on stream, we're gonna be going and fighting the Wither or the Wither for the first time. I'm very excited for it. Very nervous for it at the same time. Oh, and then we have two other things I can show you guys. Actually, I mean, even more than that. So we have, you know, our base from the last episode, and then Luma ended up making this incredible place over here. I just love how it looks. I'm just going to change the song real quick. Hope that you guys are okay with that. And also, thank you guys so much for all of the love on the most recent episode. Oh my gosh. The most well-received Let's Play episode that I've ever made, the old personal best was 2.5k, and we're at 2.6k right now, which is really cool. And yeah, I don't know, just been really happy and grateful. So thank you so much for that. We did end up getting, I think, almost 20,000 views, 19,000 views on the 1,000 Days movie, which is one of my, like, I don't know, a huge personal accomplishment for me. But I was really happy with this past episode, and it's actually been a nice little breather too, of doing the every other week episode. Just gives me more time to think and spend my time and enjoy the process. As much as I do love having that consistency. But as you can see right here, we got a path that leads to the graveyard, which is really cool. And it totally fills in the entire peninsula. Eventually, I think we might want to get to building a dock here, but I haven't done anything with it because I just really like having the clear view through, and like, it'll be maybe nice to have something here eventually, but I kind of like how barren it is. I don't know, it's simple. And I think that over in this area to the left right here, we'll probably end up having a build, and I'll see how I get along to filling in the rest of, you know, once again, the peninsula right here. But right now it's just flowers, and I'm okay with that. But I do have one other little thing, or two other little things, I guess, besides that. The first of which is that we have completed our first task, to build a graveyard. And I think I'm going to make a book for each task, and we can have like a library for it once again. Yeah, I think that could be fun, and it would definitely help out with Luma's library too. But since that task number 1, build a graveyard, has been completed, and we just ended up taking a look at it, and I think we can get another glimpse of it right over. Look at the sight lines, man. This base is really, I'm in love with it, honestly. We have our custom birch tree right here, which I think not a bad first at bat. I'm totally okay with it. But we have a new task, which is to automate something at your base, which is the thing that we completed by putting the music disc down there. So now, today's episode, or today's live stream, we're going to take to the skies. Oh, wait, I might have to break the fourth wall real quick. I forgot. Wait, no, I don't. Yeah. I think, yeah. I have enough food. I haven't been off bread in a long time. What a man's got to do, what a man's got to do, as they say. And so yes, we're going to take to the skies. Oh, wait. You guys can see that I have Flashback downloaded? I haven't tried this yet. Okay. I might just leave it like that. And then I can finish recording right there. I'm just going to save the replay. Okay. A little bit more time consuming, but it lets you name it right there, which is actually a good thing. I can't wait to use it. I haven't used it yet. All of my other replays that I've been working on like yesterday, I'm going completely the wrong way as always. This way. Yeah, all of the replays that I've been using, I was like, oh, I wonder if they just automatically save as flashback recordings, but they don't. But you can have replay mod and flashback at the same time, which is something I'm totally cool with. I'm very excited to try it out. I think we may pass Drift Space right now. Dude, Golden, thanks so much even for just hanging out for a little bit. You know, it's always a pleasure having you here. Feel free to pop by as many times as you want. If I'm always happy to be background in that sort of thing. Hang out, chill out. Enjoy some good conversations, leave some good questions in the chat, and yeah, do what makes you feel good. Golden also works. I don't want to spoil anything. I just wanted to see if there's anything new over here. But Golden also works many hours a week, and so he's been very helpful for me, kind of just like giving me his experience and letting me know that I'm not alone with having to dedicate so many hours. Just the normal grinds, the normal 9 to 5, if that makes sense. Oh, someone's gonna have to remind me to give Kaw back his beacon. I'm totally gonna forget, I feel like. Dang. Feed it some iron. This is all still so new to me. Haste? Haste 2? Dang, okay. I gotta change this song. I gotta find an easy way to figure out, oh no, figure out how to remove songs from stream when I don't like them on stream and kind of just cut them out quickly without it being too like immersion breaking. But I'm still totally not there yet. But let's start. Ooh, I think I'm not there yet. I have to try out flashback. I'm really excited for the dolly zoom, but at least as of now, I feel like this like replay mod still has to be my bread and butter a little bit, just because I know how to be efficient on it, and at a time in my life where I'm taking on so much, I think the goal is, at least for me personally, to continue to learn a little bit, and I'm sure there will probably be a transitional period at some point in time. And I really do hope to, and I'm claiming this. I'm gonna be upset if any of y'all make this, okay? I'm gonna make a how to use flashback mod in 2025 video. Probably coming at the beginning of January. Like, I want to really understand it for myself, but I found a lot of evergreen success through my replay mod cinematic tutorial, which still blows my mind. I mean, it's still climbing. Like, I'll get still almost 1,000 views from it every like 48 hours or so, like almost 500 views a day every single day from it. And so it's very easy to just continue to rack up the thousands. Like, it hasn't if anything, the rate of progress is still growing. Like, it's still getting faster in terms of its view count, which is it's still really wild for me. Because now I look back at it and I'm like, I could do it so much better. Like, I am like a million times better at making cinematics than I was when I made that cinematic tutorial. But for those of you guys that are, you know, trying to get into cinematics, I do think it's a good condensed video to watch and can really get you started. And from there, the sky is the races. But for members, I do have an advanced replay mod cinematic that I made maybe 2 months ago, which is quite up to date. I would say that I'm still growing in terms of my skill set as a cinematic person pretty quickly. And so even in the last couple months, there's been a lot of growth. Oh man, we have so many materials already. Okay, but this is good for Slips Terracotta and for future builds as well. And just for the cinematic, I don't want to have my my shulker boxes on the ground. I feel like it's just nice having, you know, a completely homogeneous terracotta mountain that's being mined into layer by layer. And who knows, maybe if I find the time and energy, I can pile every single cinematic I have of me tearing down this mountain and put it into something cool. I feel like that'd be awesome. Yeah, thank you, Golden. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Cheers to the grind. And you know, it's hard work. And there's, you know, it's one of those, you know, not to be too millennial, but like, if you know sort of thing. I always find it interesting. Like, I have people that run into me, or I run into them, and they're like, I have so much free time. And I'm like, how do you... I don't understand, but I think that, you know, sometimes it can be self-imposed and sometimes it isn't self-imposed. Sometimes in order to make ends meet and support yourself and your family, just to make it by, you really have to work in the hours. And then, you know, there's also a lot that can be said about having self-imposed deadlines too. Especially when you're being creative and doing things that take the extra effort. You know, being creative doesn't have to be necessarily in like an artistic way, but even when it comes to streamlining your life or becoming more efficient with your personal growth or your relationship growth or any of those things, the things that are taking the extra effort, like that are cognitively demanding, as opposed to, you know, I think a lot of people understand when they're feeling a little bit more like they're in a slump or they're coasting or that sort of thing, and I guess they don't. Those two things don't always go together, but yeah, you know, if you know what having not enough time feels like, then you know it takes a certain amount of like discipline and like rigor and you know, fortitude as well, especially to continue it. And I think nowadays, something that's really important to be said about just work and working hours in general is that I feel like people are just having so much more demanded of them. And that doesn't have to necessarily be within my profession, although that's definitely the case. But, you know, now that things are so much more digitized, there's, I feel like, kind of a hazard when it comes to never being able to be off the grind. And I know that when I'm doing these things, like hanging out with you all, I have such a blast doing it, and like it's very cathartic and enjoyable. But it's a totally different feeling when I'm putting in these, you know, sorts of insane hours that I can and do happen to dedicate towards the Minecraft grind. When I'm doing this, it doesn't feel like work, although the hours can go by. But when you're really doing the real work, that can, you know, and you really don't have much time, that can be just be a lot on your stress load, or like you're just like on your system, like, and you can feel it happening. And there's a lot of wariness, and there's a lot you can do to give yourself as much balance as possible. And human beings are incredible, and you know, I know that I'm capable of doing a lot and squeezing a lot of efficiency and hard things into all of the hours that I can, and being able to do that for a very long period of time. And not always, you know, this is the easy thing, the cathartic thing, but like also doing the really hard things, you know, the work-related things, and like even the video editing work-related things, the non-glamorous part of making a good video. Being really able to push through and that sort of stuff, and you know, understanding the drain of what you're committing yourself to. You know what that feels like. And if you don't know what that feels like, I feel like, as I'm saying, it's becoming even more and more prevalent. And there's so much less of a, you know, a balance that can be had, and now we have to have boundaries about disconnecting and that sort of thing. So it's interesting, and don't feel like you have to agree with everything that I'm saying, but that's just my perspective. I wonder if things continue to get so efficient and digitized and interconnected with within digital communication that and I guess this is where things are going. Like, where's the on and off switch? And like, you could I know this is like deep ramble, but like, you know, the idea of like a multiverse or something like that, or not multiverse, but like a I don't know if it's a multiverse, like a digital, you know, where everyone starts just kind of living within the technological fabric that's like embedded within life. Like, you know, in the future when, you know, AI and, you know, augmentation through like visual mediums and all the different things that we can't even imagine, like, could there be a point where it gets too much and there's too much connectedness and no real break because you're being so monitored? Or I don't know. I'll cut it off there. You guys will have to let me know what you think. Don't go up the deep end too much. Yeah, I felt the same way, Golden. Went from I had so much time during COVID. And honestly, I don't know, for me, I found it to be, I completely contradict myself with not picking up the shulker box. Yeah. I had so much time during COVID. I really enjoyed that period of time. But ever since, as things once again have been so digital, right? But like now we're back into the throes of commuting and, you know, all the different things that go into being in person as opposed to just, you know, connecting through a medium and being able to get task work done, you know, as efficiently as you can, depending on what discipline or field that you're in and that sort of thing. Now it's like completely different. Look at me, I'm just gonna contradict myself. yeah, whatever. It'll show up in the replay mod cinematic and you'll know what I did. And man, it's kind of crazy. These layers of terracotta are actually, each one is quite big, you know? Yeah, look at this. I mean, yeah. It's quite a big expanse. Man, I'm totally, I can't imagine now. Now that I'm using this with the beacon, I cannot imagine how long it would have taken me to do this without it. Like, and you can just do it so much easier. It's so much more cathartic to get the terracotta. It's like, it's very soothing at the same time too. Although I'm surprised my inventory hasn't completely filled up already. At some point, we're going to be getting down over to the tea for Slip's tea. And I'm kind of curious. You know, I haven't been able to resupply Slip's terracotta for a little bit of time. And so I'm wondering if other people have like gone around to get their own terracotta just because I haven't been able to get it to them. I mean, I would understand. I just feel like I wonder if they came to this mountain. We're gonna place that back. I don't know how deep this lava pool goes over here. Yeah, Golden, Jamonk, Golden is a W, man, I gotta say. And just a really good person, really good guy, too. Hey, Pug's in the house, too. He's, I'm sure, up to some good work. I mean, he's doing some major terraforming, but a little bit more in an aesthetic way than what we're doing. Although I don't know, I feel like breaking this stuff down block by block or layer by layer. I feel like it's, I don't know, in my personal opinion, it's quite satisfying. But we are starting to completely fill up on our shulkers too. Might as well grab our blue bed. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. Yes, AOL to now is wild when you think about it. I mean, it's, you know, it's really not that much time. So, like, I don't know. I have no idea what the next 20 years are going to bring us. Like, even hitting 2050, like, it's really not that far away. And I remember thinking how far away it was. Of course, you know, we still have plenty of time to enjoy the moment. It would not to get all Debbie Downer on us, but yeah, I mean the technology change and the effects on it. You know, even all of us hanging out here and being able to like really and genuinely connect through this technological medium that is like YouTube, but also like I don't know, through like Minecraft too. Like I don't know. I know Minecraft is 15 years old, but you know, still at the same time, like. What a cool thing, like, and who knows, you know, because there's a lot of pessimistic views on, like, I don't know, probably that intertwinedness between, like, technology and life that I was talking about, and, like, there's a lot of, you know, there are a lot of cons, but there's also a lot of pros, too. Like, I don't know, for me, I get so much from being able to do this and hang out with you guys, and so, like, the connections here are really real. And I hope that you guys kind of like feel that way too. And the same way is my feeling with everyone that's here on Lotus. I've always played in a single player world, and being able to like, I was so nervous the first like launch episode, or like launch night. I remember that, and I feel so comfortable now. And the reason being is because like when I tell people like, oh yeah, like I do Minecraft and I like make videos and I love doing that. I'm like, I get to play with 27 people around the world, and like I'm friends with them. Like I'm not just like, you know, we don't just like say like, oh hi, and then move on and whatnot. Like, and sometimes that happens when people are in busy times of year. You know what I'm saying? But and that's okay. But like the amount of like real genuine friendships and connections and like I don't know, stories and laughs that like I've gotten out of this, it's really been a lot for me, in a way that for me personally, sometimes I can feel, you know, at work or, you know, just given the circumstances and the people around me, sometimes I don't always get to have that feeling that I get with you guys. And so that's, you know, that's a real feeling. And so, you know, thank you for being here, as I always say. Like, I really mean it. I guess I always mean it. Anyway. Yeah. And so, you know, who knows if this does so much for me, and there's balance and everything, is totally the bottom line. And, you know, in my personal opinion, look how cool that looks. And stop recording right here. Oh, I missed like a little bit over here. Complete F. F in the chat. Yeah, who knows what it's all gonna look like in the future. For good and for bad. Although I think that it's just a scary pace. That's the one thing about it. Look how cool that looks. Oh, and look at me. I'm being big brained here. Gotta bring Cobb's beacon back to him. Dang. I always get nervous that I'm gonna break it when I do that. Look at that, we didn't even like use any bread too. I think it always looks more satisfying with the terracotta layers on top. Cool, I'm okay with that too. I think that we'll probably be able to fix up Slip's terracotta, restock it, and then on to our next task, which I'll tell you guys about in a second. Golden Dude, I can't even begin to appreciate you, man. Let me read the question. Yeah, Golden. I didn't really think about that. Dude, I appreciate you so much, man. So for yeah, I'm gonna explain my experience. I want you to tell me about Oblivion. I don't know what Oblivion is, but yes, and so I'm gonna explain my childhood games and how I like passed time through that. I'm going completely the wrong way. My childhood games. I'll tell you guys my gamer history, like what happened with Minecraft. Let me just grab a sip of water for it. And I'll explain the passage of time through it, okay? So, for me, my first games were like, I don't know, NHL, like 2002, 2003. My dad ended up buying me a GameCube when I was a kid. I forget how old I was, but we were pretty young. That was really cool. So I think about like Need for Speed and like, I don't know, Super Smash Bros, like all the good stuff. And so I think about that. I'm like, man, like that is so long ago, and like I'm so glad that like the themes are still alive, and like kids know about like, I don't know, a lot of the things from my childhood, and that's super cool. And then like the Wii, but then I would say a lot of my gaming history was through Call of Duty. And I was quite good at Call of Duty. I ended up playing with like a good buddy, and especially during high school, we ended up getting into competitive Call of Duty. And him and I were like quite good together, I must say. And so, and also when I was a kid, Modern Warfare 2 ended up coming out, like the original one. And I remember like just getting it, and now like you look how long ago those games were. You know, they've been like remakes and that sort of thing. And like, man, like that takes a long time. And I use Minecraft not necessarily as strictly at first to look back on. I usually look at those other games, but I do look at over the last couple of years of me dedicating myself, and like, you know, again, because I want to, towards Minecraft. I have been able to see the passage of time through my videos and through building and that sort of thing, not just with the quality getting better and me starting to kind of like finding myself through it, if that makes sense. But now I can look back at specific builds at specific pieces of time. And this build, you know, this little pop-up shop right here is really nothing special for me. Yeah. So I don't have too much of a memory of this particular build in like a standout-ish sort of way. And man, look at us go. We just restocked that. We still have shulkers left for ourselves. Okay, does anyone take this? No, okay. No white terracotta used yet. Alright, why don't we just check and see if we have any other colors? No, we just have terracotta and brown terracotta. Okay, that's totally fine. But the Hardcore Kingdom, in particular, Season 2, Actually, every season of the Hardcore Kingdom really stands out for me in particular, because it's a certain time in my life. I'll give a run through the Hardcore Kingdom episode 1 that you can find on my channel. Like Hardcore Season 1 episode 1 was a one video only series or season, I guess. And it lasted like 4 months for one video, and I was just learning how to do everything, the replay mods, learning how to commentate, learning how to edit on a real professional grade software. We got to go back to Cobbs to give back his beacon. But I don't know if I was in a really good place in my life in particular. I've talked about this on the second channel, but I used to have a really unhealthy relationship with Minecraft. And that was that, and this was during COVID, actually, when I really started taking on YouTube. I would, on Friday nights in particular, and this is part of the reason I usually stream and have a good time, or just wake up early on Saturday morning if I'm not streaming, just because of this. I would buy tons of junk food from the grocery store during COVID on like a Friday night. And then I would overindulge. I would eat way too much. And I would play Minecraft when I was doing it. And so I ended up having like almost like an unhealthy relationship with the game, where I loved playing it, but I would overindulge on Friday night, and then I would want to continue to record things on Saturday morning, but I would feel too bad to actually do anything. And so I was stuck in this loop where I was looking forward to the weekend to work on my Minecraft stuff, and then I would overindulge on Friday, and then the rest of the weekend, where I could have been enjoying playing Minecraft, I kind of just squandered it for myself. And I would play Minecraft, but then I wouldn't show as much. It's probably one of the reasons I got into replay mod in the first place. I was like, I don't feel good enough to feel like recording, so I'm gonna go and just play, and then I'll record after it, or maybe I'll do a post-com or that sort of thing. And I turned it all around. And Minecraft is also the reason why I turned it all around, which is a really wonderful story. But season 1, I look back at that bad period of time during COVID. And then season 2 and 3, I remember I was kind of just growing out of it. No, actually, sorry. Season 2, I was growing out of it. And then season 3, what happened was I totally dedicated myself to my 100 days as a fisherman video. And it's one of the best videos I ever made. But I was kind of living alone at the period of time. I was new to the city that I lived in, and I wasn't pushing myself out of my comfort zone. And I was still kind of making those unhealthy choices. I hadn't really turned it around, but I was working on it. So I really remember that season 2, in the Cherry Grove Forest, and you guys can find it in my playlist if you want to see it, as like me really just working through things. And then season 3, so I ended up, by the time season 2 ended, I was ready to really commit. I remember that summer I was working, but I wasn't doing as many huge responsibility-oriented things as I'm doing nowadays. So I was ready to commit, and on my birthday, I started the 100 Days world, or video, and that sort of thing. And it was my birthday, and I was spending it alone, and I was kind of upset about it. And I was like, man, I have nothing else to do. I'm going to make a 100 Days video, and hopefully it pops off. And I worked consistently for like 5 to 6 months on it, and it didn't pop off. And I wasn't as down with it, or down about it, as I could have been. But at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to dedicate. I want to like actually have like connection. Like, I'm just spending 6 months editing one video. Like, there's no connection here. I'm just like going for the views. and I kind of refound my joy once again within it. Yeah, and I made a video on the second channel, I think, about like finding the joy in Minecraft once again. And I found that trying to be consistent and not focusing on it has to be the 1 million view video, but I'm just going to make videos that I want to make and make them better and better over time. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to take this approach. And then I didn't even realize that the community was going to come from it. But I ended up getting into much more of a groove during that period of time, and I was really happy. This was last winter, I believe. I started, really just healing from a bunch of things that had gone on relationship related in my life, and fixing my bad habits, and finally figuring out what I wanted to do with my time and how to enable myself as much as I could. And so I love the Hardcore Kingdom, and I can look back at every build in particular within Minecraft in that season and remember where I was at in my growth process, not only as like a Minecrafter, but as a person, just through healing and growth and that sort of thing. And then I can say the same thing about this world here in Lotus too. And it's only been like 3 months or so, but it's actually been quite significant. Let's hit replay mod so I don't forget. I remember I had a completely different build palette in the months in the spring when I got first accepted into Lotus, and I was like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. But it really wasn't that good. So I ended up completely changing it for this. But I remember each part of this base reminds me of a certain time over the summer, and just so much happened over the summer. It was really a wonderful summer, just of making friends and getting better at this, and realizing that this is exactly how I want to spend my time, if I'm being honest. And so yeah, taking it with even more vigor and a new perspective as much as I can. And so I look at not only the builds that and areas that are transformed within a specific episode, and I look at that as a specific time for growth in my life, but I also, or maybe not growth, maybe healing, or maybe growth, but I didn't see it when it was happening at the time, and that sort of thing. And so different seasons and arcs represent certain things to me. And this episode right here is the start of a new arc in the Lotus SMP. We'll have a movie coming out of the first 7 episodes for the next episode that we have. It'll come out a week after this upcoming Saturday. But and just give myself some extra time to breathe, and just, once again, enjoy the process and not take myself too seriously. But we will have, as long as I can get to it, and the plan is to record it and start editing it tomorrow, so that it's good to go on Saturday, hopefully. And so the idea is a week, or a video every week, technically, from me, but one on the main channel 1 week, and then the following week, a Q&A or another video on the second channel. But once again, I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself, and I think that it really allows me to, enjoy the process. But that's a very long-winded answer to the question. I hope that fits the bill a little bit. But man, I don't play any other games anymore. So everything, and I know I'm not alone in that, but I know that a lot of people are different in that. Depending on, especially if you're making videos and that sort of thing. So, yeah. Oh wait, I think we're good on spruce wood right here, and we might as well harvest these cocoa pods real quick too. Only reason I'm just Well, I know I could buy it, I guess, actually. I keep forgetting about the automating and the differentiation process that we have with other people having shops in Lotus. Meanwhile, of course, we get materials during the stream for our shop in Lotus, right? So that we can get diamonds. Somehow forgot that. Oh yeah, I totally got called out about my pop-up shop. Okay, and now that that's been aired, I'm not thinking. Okay. Watch me do this. Oh, wait. Okay, I have enough. Yeah. That was such an organization of aesthetic terraforming thing to do right there. But yeah, I completely got flamed about my shop. And let me be clear here, I am not excited about making it. I am like, I am not like, not looking forward to it. It is going to be a complete drain, and the only reason is that I do not like the Mushroom Island at all. We're gonna have to put jungle saplings into there, but we can collect a little bit more spruce saplings too. Oh man, and it looked good before, but now there aren't any mushrooms on the Mushroom Islands, and it is just barren. It doesn't have any mobs on it, which is a great thing, but I cannot hang with it. Oh, and I didn't tell you guys, but I actually ended up putting a couple fish in here too. That was not within the episodes. I just I was running around and I was like, oh, I want to have some fish in here. So we did it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, a very good props to Cobb. Oh, wait. Guys, Cobb doesn't know about something that happened earlier in the stream. Let's go. You missed it. Yeah, I think you did a good job on your shop. But honestly, I've been thinking about it for weeks now. And I still have a pretty good time buffer. But I actually have no idea what I'm going to do. The only idea that I really have is a windmill. Which I feel like could be a cool idea. Let's see. Yeah, we definitely have enough jungle. Do a quick flyover here. Get planting these trees down. Get rid of those guys, of course. Just to get ourselves good to go on the essentials. And man, I can't do anything there. Okay. I guess it just eats in right like that. Let's see, do I even have enough saplings? Yeah, we should. And also, I don't know, a lot of like songs will also throw me back to certain periods in my life. When this song plays, I think of a specific replay mod cinematic that I made in the Hardcore Kingdom. And I enjoy that. And that plays with a lot of the songs. Not only the songs that we hear on, like, we're hearing right now, or the song that we're hearing right now, but tons of the songs that we've already listened to in stream. When it plays, I'm sure you guys might be like, oh, this is a good song, or it's okay, or whatever it is. But for me, it's like, oh, wait, like, this is a specific time. Like, I remember making it with the song and compiling, you know, yeah, like, compiling the replay mods, doing all the little editing things. It throws me back. I'm very happy with the music that I use. And man, I'm so happy with the sight lines that we have over here too. Everything really is looking quite incredible. I definitely want to get some more sherds for right here, and we're going to have to move this storage at some point. I don't think today is going to be the day for it. Once again, we've done plenty of work into our peninsula here. And it's really satisfying to kind of just fly over. We can take a look at our coastline over here. Give a nice little flyover. But it is time for me to get back to work. Oh, nothing, no mail. No more lounging around. I appreciate you guys spending some time with me tonight. I'll be hanging out just to chat with you guys if you have any questions in the future. But until Friday, we're going to be taking on the Wither. Totally worth checking out. If you're a Lotus member and you're watching stream, come help me, please. But I will see you guys in very, very little time. Have a great Wednesday night.